Just did a job out in Swansea. Pretty easy. It's 2009, I think. 9 or 10. Not too fast. It's 25. Yeah, 2009 Acadia 3.6. They diagnosed it themselves, so she said how much to put in a coolant temp sensor. Saying 2009, it's either 9 or 11, Acadia Denali, and they just asked me how much to put in a coolant temp sensor. I didn't diagnose it, I didn't do anything. The only thing I saw was it had a code for an intermittent signal. The pigtail wasn't all fractured and wrapped up, because a lot of times that's what happens to those. So hopefully the sensor does it for her. If not, then I usually don't install parts that, customers diagnose, quote unquote, on their own. But this person's a good friend, and kind of felt bad because before they went on vacation this last time, they needed a hub bearing. And it was right around that time I was wicked sick and I couldn't do a damn thing. FWK, hey, what's going on, man? Just driving home from a mobile auto repair job. Like I said, the sensor did look like shit, but also when I pulled the sensor out, the sensor's in the head, so you think that all the coolant from the engine would come rushing out of it, and that didn't happen. So I'm wondering if because it looks like it's got brand new coolant in it. I'm wondering if whoever put the coolant in it didn't bleed the system out, and it was coming up with a coolant temperature sensor because there was an air pocket moving around in the head. Never know, because before I put the new sensor in, I stuck a funnel down the hole for the sensor, and I filled it up with coolant. That way I know for sure. I mean, I don't know for sure, but dude, what are you doing? It's a little dinky sensor too. I was afraid of breaking the damn thing. The way they make cars nowadays, it's, I don't know. definitely see that sense of breaking off in the head. Somebody having to fucking put an easy on you. The only good thing about it is it's made out of brass. So it's usually pretty easy to extract. Going home from a mobile auto repair job. I figured that since I was taking the back roads, maybe you guys would like to see the sights. Hello, 310 Mantries. And she goes to me that she's having all kinds of other problems inside the car with like the knobbies, like TVs in the headrests and shit. And it's like a total mom-mobile. And she also smokes, so like there's just like built up clutter everywhere. So I'm thinking. She said that the USB port up front in the car don't work, and that's when everything started. And it says that there's something plugged into the USB when there really ain't. Probably something broke off or jammed inside her USB outlet, and it's probably causing all kinds of issues with everything else. Be my guess, but that's usually not my area of expertise, you know, when it comes to like options and like I can figure that shit out, but it's not really what I go looking for to do, you know. I'm a big dirty knuckle dragger, you know, mechanic. Asking me to work around trim stuff that has to be nice is like, no. So when it comes time to paint my car, I'm honestly thinking about paying somebody else to do it. I'll probably end up doing it myself at least once. But, right now, I just want to get that thing. So freaking amped up over that car, man. The next few days, I got to get over there. I got to get it running, and I got to back it up because I got to get it away from the buildings. I think I'm going to do that tomorrow. Look out for some lives or some videos tomorrow. I think he's got a contract date set up already. So I don't want one of those roofers dropping a freaking bale of shingles on my fucking car, flattening the roof on my car. It's the Terry Diddle Farm. A friend of mine just got I don't know if they got married there or they had their wedding like party. I don't know how that shit goes. I've never been married and I've never been invited to a wedding, so I don't know how any of that shit goes. gotta be older than that. Big old plug in it. What's going on out there in the world? I'm always doing all the talking. You see this rotary we're about to come up on. It is the most ridiculous thing I've ever seen in my life. And compared to what they had before, they should have just left what they had before. So we're coming up on it now. Tractor trailer trucks come through here all the time, and they've already fucking ran over the middle of the rotary. I think they had to change the design up a little bit because the trucks were running it over. The little islands and stuff. And this used to be just a four-way intersection. The way this was before, I used to be able to just go straight through. And it was just a four-way intersection. And then they built this. Look at this fucking ridiculous thing. Look at this guy in this truck. I wish I had time, I'd follow him around, but he's gonna fucking probably run over, like... It's ridiculous. I've seen 18-wheelers try to go through there, and they're like skidding the tires along on the center of it. Stepsister's car out in Taunton, and that's on the way to the old man's. Pop that coil in, that's only going to take a few, and then brakes sitting over the old man's house. Get that done before the dumpster shows up and everything. Get the car moved out of the way. Old man said he needed some areas taken care of that he couldn't get to, so hey Bruce, messing with mowers sounds like fun. I just got done doing a coolant temperature sensor on a GMC Acadia. It was actually pretty easy. The video I watched was on Equinox, and that one was a lot harder. This one here, all I had to do was take off the trim around the edges of under the hood, and I was able to get an extension socket through up over the radiator and onto the head. I was able to pop it out, but I was surprised when all the coolant didn't come running out of the engine when I pulled the sensor out. Yeah, right. If you can keep your mind busy and make a few bucks at the same time, that's just winning. That is just winning all day long. So I made a quick, I quoted her 80, but since it was so easy, I only charged her 60. All the cows. So yeah, I only charged her 60. Topped off the coolant. Got another job coming up from her. Like I was saying, the old man's got the contractors coming to do the roof soon, so I think tomorrow I'm gonna go to the old man's, get the Pontiac started up, and then I gotta get that moved backwards so it's away from the buildings. And then I think I'll put the rear brakes in this thing because they've been sitting on that bench over there for months. 127 sold so far this season. Fucking A, man. Fucking A. Gotta make that money. I'm still saving up for when I'm done with all this body work. Trying to make another bank account like I had. So that way when I get all the body work done, I can buy some upholstery for the interior. I mean, I don't give a shit, but I'd like to at least get the upholstery for the 2 front seats, because I have the dash pretty much complete minus a few ducts. And then if I can bolt down 2 halfway decent seats, I'll drive it like that for a season. But it takes me a while to be able to even start the body work and everything, and I get another bank account built up like I had, I'll be able to get everything else I need to finish the car right off minus a paint job. So I was looking in the Ames book the other night. If I had another $5,000, I think altogether I spent like $6,200 so far. $7,200 with the motor. But if I had like another $5,000, I could probably finish that car right off, minus a paint job. Wintertime. I'm the same way. I get lost during the summertime because I'm always so busy. I get so many calls for jobs, and I take it all for granted during the winter. Like, I'm talking shit right now, but I'm probably gonna be wishing I had all that money I spent on those pods this wintertime. But maybe not. And I really don't have too many expenses, you know. The only expenses I really have, you know, I mean, the usual home expenses that everyone has. But I mean, I don't have like I don't have to have like a bunch of nice shit. Like, my clothes are all work clothes. You know, I don't go out and stuff. The only time I really spend money, like in exuberant amounts of money, is either on my son or my daughter, my girlfriend, for my car. When it comes to me, I live off of the bare minimum. Fuck, 3 nights a week I have chili over rice for dinner, you know what I mean? I can get a fucking box because I can't cook for shit. I ruin rice. So they have these bags that you can boil rice in. Boil in bag rice. You can get like a box of them for like $6. There's like 6 bags in there, and I get like 6 cans of Hormel chili for like a couple bucks a piece. And that's like my dinner for most of the week. Yeah. I mean, if I didn't have this car, I'd probably, I don't know, I might still have my 89 Formula, but that didn't get really good gas mileage, but it was reliable as hell. What I want to get, what I'd really like to get, is either a van that I can bolt the stand-up toolbox in, because I hate my tool bag. Or like an old 80s Chevy Caprice. I really want one of those. I wouldn't even mind if it was a wagon. It would honestly almost be better if it was a wagon, because I could bolt a small stand-up toolbox in the back and still have like the same kind of setup I have now. 01 Silverado, yeah, that's where it's at. Another thing that I don't like about those is the frames like to rot out in the back. I had one given to me. It was a nice truck, but the frame was so bad. I didn't want to deal with it. I ended up doing all the work to fix it anyways, though, because I ended up selling it to a guy that wanted to fix it, and he bought a frame from down south, because the cab and the bed and everything was just absolutely mint on the truck. The whole truck was mint, but the frame was so rotted in the back, like it was gonna break. So he bought it, and then the guy I was working for at the time got the job to replace the frame, so I ended up replacing the frame in it anyways. And even if I kept it, I would have ended up doing it at that same place. So it's like I probably should have just kept the truck, but I didn't have the money to buy the frame and all the. It's not just the frame you end up getting. You have to get, you know, body mounts and fucking everything else you come across. Taking an entire truck apart. You know, I ended up having to get shackles for the springs. This thing's alright. I don't know. This is the first car I've ever owned that had working AC. So I'm a little bit spoiled right now. 5-speed, yeah, that's where it's at. That's what you want. 20 through here, even though there's no fucking school right now. Earlier coming through here, I had somebody pass me on the double yellow lines because I was going too slow. It was the cop then. Yeah. Like Super Beamer, rolled it 20 times, still drives it. Yeah, I'd like to get one of those old, like the boxy Chevy Caprices, not the rounded ones. I used to have an old Delta 88, which was like basically that same platform, and the fucking power steering in those cars, it was just like you could turn the car with your pinky finger.